What's going on, everyone? I'm sure most, if not all of you, have at least heard of the legend that is the Mothman. For many, it is a reality, but it is a humanoid type creature based in West Virginia, Point Pleasant to be specific. Though there are many legends and reports of even similar creatures from all over the world in many cultures and belief systems and different even states. And many associate the Mothman with being a sort of harbinger of death. And the reason for this is because usually after a Mothman sighting, there is a great disaster shortly behind. There were reports of the Mothman shortly before 9/11, certain giant hurricanes, earthquakes. There were legends dating back before great wars. I mean, the Mothman rose to its prominence in the 1960s, specifically 1966 and 67, and then really catapulted with this book that came out in the 1970s. But again, there were reports dating back far beyond that. These are just the more prominent and sort of Mothman that we know today. But the reason I wanted to bring this up and discuss it was there was a reported sighting at a state fair and festival in Wisconsin. Now, they do have a Mothman festival, not in Wisconsin, but in Point Pleasant, that is extremely popular. And it's kind of weird, but kind of cool. It's something that I've always wanted to go to. I'll have to do it one year, and we'll have like a little documentary type vlog here on this channel. But this Wisconsin festival was just a normal festival, nothing like that. Again, this is a West Virginia type legend. So, being in Wisconsin, they don't get a ton of reports. There have been some, but this one is kind of interesting. So, a college student working cleanup at the Wisconsin State Fair's main stage observed what he described as a 7-foot tall, yellow eyed, and thin black winged entity staring at the personnel at the stage. So we have a report that I'm going to read to you real quick. This is his recount of what happened. And it goes as this. I am very sorry for sending this so late, but I had to write it all down while the experience was still fresh in my mind. And let's face it, after what I just saw, I seriously doubt I will ever get any sleep until the sun is up and I have to calm down somewhat. I am working as a part of the cleanup crew during the Wisconsin State Fair in Park in West Allis, Wisconsin, a suburb of Milwaukee. And tonight, Thursday, August 5th, 2021, I was by the main stage helping to clean up after the concert that had let out earlier that night. I was with another person who was about my age. We were talking about the concert that had just let out about 2 hours before, a Christian rock group, Skillet. And we were towards the far right hand side of the stage, picking up trash, just talking when my partner all of a sudden yelled out, "Blank is that." I look up and there, about 30 feet in front of us, towards the parking lot, was what looked like a very tall being. But it wasn't like any person I have ever seen before. It was 7 feet tall and thin, but still looked very solid. It was coal black and had two glowing yellow eyes, and it had bat-like wings, literally blank wings, that must have stretched out 12 feet from tip to tip, coming out of its back. The thing looked like a demon from the depths of hell, and it appeared to be staring directly at the stage where there were still people breaking down equipment from the earlier concert. It's only now that the irony sticks out. What looks like a literal demon from hell checking out the stage of a Christian rock concert. So, apparently, these kids saw what they believe is the Mothman. They submitted the report, they talked about it, they presented it, and now it's sort of circling the internet. People are talking about it, and it sort of became a big thing. And a lot of people find it fascinating that this creature showed up at, again, a Christian rock concert that, as they said, was just being let out, and then this demon looking thing shows up. And now there's a ton of speculation regarding Is there going to be a huge disaster in this little suburb of Milwaukee? Is there going to be, is this like a sign of, the end times? The stories are running crazy, but nonetheless, it was just a very fascinating story that I wanted to share because we haven't really gotten any crazy Mothman stories in quite some time. It's a legend that many believe in, that many celebrate, that many have said to have experienced, and to have something like this come out. There was no video, there was no pictures, which is strange and kind of makes me wonder how long was this creature standing there, if it was there. How long was this there? It wasn't long enough for you to go and snap a quick picture or send a video. I mean, the thing still has to get up and fly away. You could have, snapped the photo as it was taken away, even if it was blurry. At least it's something. But from what I could see, there was no actual footage or information as far as the creature itself. It's just the story as presented by these college students, though they don't seem to have any reason to make this up or lie, but you never know. I mean, it is the times. People do this kind of stuff all the time. But as always, this is a conversation, and I want to hear from you. What do you think about this story particularly? Do you think that this being even exists? And if so, what do you think it is? Do you think it's a demon? Do you think it's some species? Do you think that, it's an actual creature? Do you think it's an interdimensional being? I mean, these are all things that people believe in, that it's, a bat from hell, that it's an interdimensional being, that it's an alien in disguise. Like, there's all kinds of rumors and myths and legends about what this could be, and I'd love to hear what you think it could be, even if you don't believe in it. Like, what would you assume it could be? But yeah, and then what do you think of the Mothman legend as a whole? Would you like a video sort of diving into the history and lore of the Mothman? I'd be more than happy to do something like that. I've done a couple other sort of creatures and legends on this channel, but never the Mothman specifically. It'd be a cool thing to kind of cover. So let me know if you'd want something like that down in the comments below. And have you ever had, this is something I'd really like to hear, have you ever had an experience with the Mothman or any type of strange creature, periods? Even if you don't think it was something, was it just a strange situation? Or maybe, you saw something, you didn't quite know what it was. I'm always fascinated by stories like that. So if you would share that, I'd be more than happy to listen to it. But that's the end of the video. If you haven't yet, be sure to like this video. It helps me out a lot. Lets me know that you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel, followed by the bell notification so you never miss an upload. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.